Auchentoshan 3 wood. Should this be your next? Stay tuned for the Whiskey Whistle. Hello, my whiskey curious friends. Mark here from Whiskey Whistle, your wise choice in independent whiskey and spirits reviews, bringing you Auchentoshan 3 wood. I'm so excited about this, and this comes thanks to Tyler. Tyler, big thumbs up to you. Thanks a lot for helping out Whiskey Whistle. We have traded a few bottles, and this is one of them that he's loaned me, and I loaned him Auchentoshan 18 and a few others. And I've also got some other cool things coming up soon. They have green what do they call those? Green cardboard boxes. So that'll give you a hint as to what's coming. All right, let's get that poured. This is triple casked, and starts out in what does it say there? It starts out in North American oak, which is likely bourbon. Yes, ex-bourbon. Then it goes into Oloroso sherry casks. And finally, Pedro Jimenez PX casks. All right, so let's get that poured. Just a little bit. I don't want to take too much of the whiskey. I have to give it back to him, who's got a couple of glasses left there. And if you are familiar with Auchentoshan, then you'll know that it is a very different, very special whiskey. It is unlike any other whiskey distillery in Scotland. And even though it's triple distilled and maybe in some sense similar to Irish single malt whiskeys, it's really different. And I think that's partly the terroir. It's partly the distillery character, the copper pot stills, the way that they make the whiskey, and the particular air and land and ground, again, the terroir. So the big differences here. This is 43% ABV, and well, the company behind this is actually Suntory, Beam Suntory, and they do a great job with Auchentoshan, and I'm really excited about what they're doing of late. They've done some interesting things with bartenders called the Bartender's Malt. In fact, that was one of my NAS whiskeys of the year. And here we have the three wood, which is for many people the ideal Auchentoshan because it takes their unusual grapefruit pith. That's the white part of grapefruit pith flavor, which for some is a little bit unusual, and then it adds some familiarity, and what you get is, I guess, kind of like a meeting of something unknown with something known, and then it helps to bridge people from other whiskeys into Auchentoshan and gives them a sense of what Auchentoshan is about. I quite like this. It is different, but it's special and definitely a beautiful, beautiful whiskey. All right, let's check out the color first of all. Again, that's kind of like that straight up medium amber, maybe +1, a little bit dark. And I don't think this is natural in color. In fact, I'm pretty sure that it has color added, as pretty much all of the Beam Suntory single malts do. All right, and the legs. Let's see the legs of this whiskey. Auchentoshan 3 wood. Have you got some nice legs for us? Let's have a look. What do we see there? Very slow to start. Look at that. It just kind of sheets down. And then we get the secondary legs developing here, and they're very slow. So this may actually have a nice rounded mouthfeel. And let's see if that's the case. First of all, we'll check out the nose, then the palate, followed by the finish, of course. Then we'll give it a WhiskyWhistle whiskey score before wrapping things up. All right, the nose. Well, beautiful sherry nose. Here I'm getting dried mangoes. So you take the sherry and you get that particular character from Auchentoshan, and you get some dried mangoes. Dried mangoes. What else am I getting here? Papaya sticks. Papaya, dried papaya. Some kind of a plum pudding. You know, the boiled plum puddings. There's a sugary note here. Vanilla sugar. So that's kind of like that sauce that you'll put on your plum pudding. Now, that may not be a very familiar tasting note for many Canadians, because that's rather a UK, British Isles type of a dessert. I think it's quite English, in fact. There's a couple of mint sprigs in there. There's also a old leather-bound book note here. Newsprint. Some ginger. Those iced Polish ginger cookie type things, cake cookies. They're kind of soft. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Some nice spices in there as well. The ginger, nutmeg. In this case, a little bit of cardamom. All right, time to taste that one. Let's taste the Auchentoshan 3 Wood. Cheers, folks. Extreme sherry. For something that's triple cask, triple wood, 3 wood, you're really getting a lot of the Oloroso, and especially that PX in here. Raspberries with a little vanilla sauce. Again, the mint sprigs are still there. That little hint of that, what I interpret as grapefruit pith is coming through here. But it is nicely blended with the other flavors. You know, had this been my first Auchentoshan, I would have had a totally different interpretation of the distillery. I started out with American Oak, and it's just not my favorite. It may be yours. Some people may really like that, but for me, Valanche was a game changer for Auchentoshan for me. The 12-year-old is beautiful. The 18 I loved. This is also excellent. It is slightly young. I'm going to say that there's whiskeys as young as 7, 8 years old in here. But I think the majority are 10, 12, up to about 13 years old, I would say. That's really well-developed sherry flavors, which you don't really get so much from the younger ages. The finish, by the way, not that long, but the sherry flavors are well established even in the finish. You swallow, you get a little bit of a ethereal wafting through your nose, which I really like. I really do like that. Something bready, something biscuity, and yet that sherry note is very prominent. I'm really enjoying this. With water. Now, would I like this more at 46%? Yeah. Would I like it more unchill filtered? Yep. Should they do that? Yes, they should. Raise the price. Make it unchill filtered. Make it 46%. I would pay $10 more for that. With water, you do get more, interestingly, of the bready notes. The spicy notes are coming through here. It's drier. Much less of a sherry note with water added, which is really interesting. So that kind of unravels the sherry and showcases the bourbon cask a little bit. To me, that's better neat rather than with water, but it's still quite interesting, a bit different, a little bit drier. So, all right, let's get on to the WhiskyWhistle whiskey score for Auchentoshan 3 Wood. What is that going to be, folks? Well, it's going to get 85 out of 100. Yep, you heard right. 85 out of 100 is the WhiskyWhistle whiskey score for Auchentoshan 3 Wood. And again, Tyler, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And we're going to have another coffee or hopefully another whiskey again soon, all right? And folks, don't forget to subscribe to WhiskyWhistle. Click that link right there. Hit the bell to get your notifications through your email for the future Whiskey Whistles. And why not jump into Patreon, become a patron. $1, $2, $3 a month gets you some great benefits. Lots of cool stuff. Check that out there, okay? Take care, everybody. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you for the next one. Goodbye. Thanks for watching WhiskyWhistle. Be sure to subscribe, and don't forget to give this video a like, and leave a comment down below. Be sure to stay tuned next time to join me, the host of the show, Mark, as I explore more whiskeys with you. Take care now, and we'll see you next time.